From winter weather hurdles to market volatility, crop insurance continues to be a big focus for farmers as we embark on the new year. Brooks York with AgriSompo joins us now with some industry guidance. Good to have you with us, Brooks. Now, the benefits of crop insurance are obvious, but there are always a few areas that don't protect farmers. Can that be seen in the unsold bushels that remain in the farmers' bins today?
Unfortunately, it can. That's one of the things we do a great job of protecting a crop futures and bushels and ultimately revenue really through October. And unfortunately, there's a lot of bushels unsold in those bins today. There's some estimates out there as much as 10 billion bushels of corn may be still in the bins. And unfortunately, with this price drop, we don't have a fallback with traditional crop insurance to cover that.
Right. Yes, big numbers right there. So farmers are in the process of making disaster program selections for 2024. Are there any overlaps or considerations in regard to crop insurance policies and ARC and PLC disaster selections?
We answer hundreds of those questions every day from farmers calling in. I think probably the first person that a farmer call is their crop insurance agent when making these decisions, as well as local FSA offices. But there are, and unfortunately, there's not a cookie-cutter answer for those. So we typically take those and answer the question with a question, and things like, does my yield track the county yield? What do I see prices doing? And the challenging part of that is these disaster selections. Their pricing period doesn't start until September. So you got to have a big crystal ball out there to look at prices, but there's a lot of considerations. Also, one question is, am I willing to pay more for supplemental insurance above and beyond my multi-peril policy? And there's some limitations as to which disaster selection you can take that coincides with that. So lots of considerations there. Talk to your agent, talk to your local FSA office. But we are trying to supply some folks with at least some variables to consider when making those decisions.
Now, as we enter this critical crop insurance pricing period and see prices much lower than the last few years, do you see any hope for a price rally that can boost crop insurance guarantees?
That's a tough one. Right now, we're right in the middle of some of these projected pricing periods in the country, and we talked about how critical they are. And unfortunately, right now, it doesn't look like there's a lot of hope out there. If we are going to see a turnaround, we're getting past that critical weather period in South America. We have some declines down there in yields. Those are pretty much factored in. It's going to take something. It's going to take speculators to go in and liquidate that short position, which means they buy this market. That could boost things. Maybe a surprise Chinese purchase of U.S. corn, that would certainly help. Outside of any kind of big geopolitical event, unfortunately, it certainly looks like we're going to be significantly lower than we have been the last couple of years at this point in time.
Yeah, a lot of factors to consider. That's AgriSompo Producer Services Director Brooks York. Appreciate your time today.